Welcome back to another preview as Forest will host West Ham United this weekend at the world famous City Ground. We've had to bring our boy Nicky on, the more sensible of the likes of Lawless and Jay. So it's good to have you on, Nicky. Yeah, we got to start, mate. You're gonna have to explain yourself. Dressing down,
Listen,
you came on here with a hat. How you feeling?
Do you know what, Wolfie? I've been so ill. I've got the flu. I've got this ear infection that goes from there to there. I've been laid up for 2 days. This ear infection is throbbing my whole face. I haven't slept for 2 days. I've got bags under my eyes. I feel like shit. I'm freezing cold. And it's not getting any fucking better because we face an informed Forest. I've been avoiding you like a Pierre Van Hooydonk celebration, mate. That's what I've been fucking doing.
Mate, I mean, I was going to say, could it get worse? And then I remembered you're a West Ham fan, mate. I mean, it's
do you know what would even be worse? Do you know what would even be worse than that? Right?
Go on.
16 points you've got. Is it 16? Wolfie, just remind me. 16 points.
Yeah.
7th in the table. Was 5th at one point, right?
Correct.
5th in the table. Not only that, we give you a fucking player to get you there. We give you him.
Mate, he hasn't been that good if it makes you feel better.
No, shit.
Yeah.
But that's what we're giving him. But
he had a good game against Liverpool, and for me, he's faded out a bit. But don't worry, he can't play on Saturday. You've parent club played him, so.
But it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, isn't it? Like, you know, we don't need him. Get rid of him. And he goes to a team that's fucking flying high. We're fucking struggling we're not struggling at the bottom anymore. We're about mid-table, bottom mid-table. Listen, I'm looking at that table, man. A couple of wins, and we'll be all right. But it's getting a couple of wins. That's the problem.
Yeah, how's it been? Because I know, look, I was on your boys' side about the whole Moyes thing. The football was disgusting, to say the least. But has it got much better under J-Lo, as Jace calls him? Has there been much improvement in what you're seeing? Because I'm starting to see a few cracks and doubts in the fan base.
He's not great. I'm going to be honest. He's not fucking great. He doesn't seem to have a plan. I said to the geezer, I didn't expect him, Wolfie, to get off to a flyer because it's a difficult team. There was a big rebuild there to do, and he's done a big rebuild. He spent a lot of money in terms of what we've got to spend. And we've got some good players. There's no doubt about it. We've got some fucking good players. But it's getting the best out of them players. Palace, maybe. But apart from that, I haven't really been convinced about anything. You know, anything we've done, I think it's always been a little bit, you know. Listen, we've gone away to Fulham and drew 1-1 when we lost there 5-1 or something last season. We lost 5-0 to Palace. All of these results, you know, in terms of goals, you know, against the games that we played last season, it's a lot better. But when you look at the stats, I think we've conceded the second most goals. We've got a big fucking hole in our midfield. We're like Polo FC. That's what we are.
I've seen your donut videos, mate.
Donut, yeah. We are like a fucking massive donut. We got nothing in the midfield. But saying that, first half against Man United, I thought we was fucking awful. We could have been battered. And this year, I'm going to be honest with you, they are fucking diabolical. Probably not for much longer, but second half was improved, and that came by taking like Paquetá out, who's meant to be one of our better players. He's struggling at the minute. He's struggling.
He's got all the stuff off the fields affecting him?
He's got this thing going on. I think he's playing with his mind. You look at the way he plays, Matt. He's given away. I think in 9 games, I reckon about 4 or 5 goals have been his fault. Giving away the ball sloppily. You know, he's just not playing very well. Kudus is out, obviously, but some of it came off. Some of it was fantastic.
I thought he changed the game for you.
Yeah, he changed the game. And to be honest, Danny Ings as well changed the game. Yeah, he got the penalty. He set up the goal. So, listen, I'm still not convinced, right? And I said this when we came out of the ground on Saturday. The big test is going to be today because you are in fantastic form. I like Forest. I think Forest have built a good side. I really do. Like they've made some smart signings. You know what I'm a big fan of? People. Do you know what? I wanted him. I wanted him for a couple of years. People laughed at me when I wanted him. Chris Wood. I like Chris Wood. I've always liked Chris Wood. He's a proper fucking centre forward. There's nothing fancy about him. He gets the ball and he does the fucking basic things. He puts the ball in the back of the net. Don't do it mega often like someone like, you know, Thierry Henry. But when he fucking hits the back of the net, he hits the back of the net. I love a player like that. People laughed at me when I suggested we could get him. No, we could get better. We could get better than Chris Wood. We could get better than him. We could get better than that. What did we buy? Sebastian Haller, £50 million. Shipped him off to Dortmund. He was dog shit. Who did we buy? Skamaka after that. £40 million. Another load of dog shit. I'd rather have Chris Wood. Like him, good form, key man at the minute, and he always fucking scores against us as well.
That's what everyone keeps telling me. Every time we come up against, they're like, yeah, he usually scores against us. But where's your striker, Fulric now? Is he injured?
He's injured, mate.
Yeah.
He had a bad Achilles injury. He went away, not this international break, last one. Went away with Germany. Yeah, come back with an Achilles, sort of like a problem. He come back, sort of like they told him to go back. Mate, it's ended up, it's about 8 weeks ago now. Full fucking, yeah, needs a full operation and all that. I have heard reports that he may be taking injections to play. See the fucking point in that, you know what I mean? Like, he's 32 years old. You know what I mean? You start taking injections, you're going to knock a year or two off your career at this stage. So why bother? You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, I don't think he's going to do that well when he comes back. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of old, you got another old boy of ours still up front. I know he's divisive as well in Antonio. Like, what's the crack with him at the moment? Is that what you're relying on between him and Danny Ings? Is that the options right now?
We have to. Danny Ings was fantastic. Danny Ings don't start. You know, Mickey's. I love Mickey. Mickey's been with us 10 years now. You know, and he's always been a player. I loved it. I love him, but he's frustrating, and he's playing up front, and he's frustrating to watch as a striker because he's not a fucking striker. He's never been a fucking striker. Listen, he scores some good goals. Yeah. Winger, yeah, he was a winger wide, yeah. We used to sing a song when we first come, and it was, he came from Forest, he couldn't get a game, he played out right back, he just wasn't the same. Out on the wing now, sit back and watch him go. Mikel Antonio. That was our song when he first came, right? He's played right back, he's played centre back, he's played fucking left wing, he's played the right wing, he's played. The only position I think he ain't played is in goal, yeah. And this is where he's fucking stuck as a striker. He stays as a striker and he just drifts to the wing. But saying that, I love him. The geezer, you know, he's an old boy now. You know what I mean? He's 34, 35. But, you know, in terms of value for money, when you think about 10 years, we paid 700 grand a season for him. I don't think you can play about that.
When you took him from us.
Yeah, he's great. Fantastic person as well. Fantastic character.
Yeah. But the defense as well, mate. Mavropanos, the Greek boy. Yeah, Mavropanos, sorry. How's he been? I mean, you've brought Wan-Bissaka. He looks like he's started decent for you guys, if I'm being honest.
He was brilliant.
Yeah. Sunday. He was good against Man U in the last game I saw.
Yeah.
But are you worried about that? Because I think Kilman's been really good as well. He obviously knows the manager from his previous club and what have you. But
Tadebo started.
The one man you wanted, wasn't it?
In the Ipswich game, and then he started against Tottenham. He fucking struggled against Tottenham. He had this mad 10 minutes, right? He looked composed. He's going to be a great player. You can tell he's going to be a great player.
Yeah.
But I think at the moment it's a bit chaotic. You know, they're still trying to find their feet. And he had this mad 10 minutes against fucking Spurs where we conceded 3 goals and he could not do one thing right. Anything he done, he was like fucking being spun in circles. So they dropped him against Man United, but he came on the second half and he was much more composed. I expect him to start. Mavropanos, dodgy. Really dodgy. Gets caught way too high up the pitch, trying to make, you know, very rash tackles.
Yeah.
Someone quick, someone like Alanga, will spin him, and that'll be the last he sees of him until he's running away with his hand in the air. He plays too high and he's too rash.
Is it safe to say you're still in a transition? Is it too early to judge what Lopetegui's doing?
Do you know what?
I guess I was just going to say, from an outsider looking in, I feel like it is early, but I haven't seen too many changes in what he's trying. I seem to see a lot of the same names coming in. And what have you, and you're thinking, where's Somerville? He looked really good in the second half. Why is he not getting a game?
Well, funny enough, I do a new show now. It's called The Breakdown. I don't know if you saw it last week. So we take clips. So probably take clips of your show if you want to go and check it out on Sunday. You know, win, lose or draw. You know, I'm not going to be biased. You know, if we're the fucking comedy fucking part of it, I'll be sticking us in it. So But yeah, what was the question? I forgot. What was I going with that?
Is he still chopping around Lopetegui or
Lopetegui? Oh, okay, yeah. So I've done this show, The Breakdown. So I take clips of Lopetegui. So I take his questions. He's been asked about these questions. They're sort of like the burning questions. So someone asked him, why didn't Somerville start? And first of all, this is dodgy, right? This is the dodgy part, and I don't like this, right? First of all, he's going, what? You can see him. He's like, what? And someone speaks to him in Spanish. He goes, oh, yeah. And I'm thinking, that weren't an hard fucking thing to understand. He said, why didn't Somerville start? And he's going, what? So he obviously can't fucking understand the language very well, yeah? So that must be a problem, right? So he starts saying, yeah, well, Man United, they had a game on Thursday. So I thought, the best, I don't know why it's French, but all the best players, they start off the bench. And they come on, and because they're tired, yeah, he's turning into a Cockney now. But because they're tired, this was his explanation, right? He goes, we thought second half he's going to get at him and he's going to cause some problems, and he did. The plan worked perfectly. And I was sitting there looking at it, and I was thinking, we should have been 5-0 fucking down at half time. They're coming on at half time to stretch their legs, and they're 5-0 up. What the fuck's he going to do then? Like, if that is a strategy for why Crescencio Somerville isn't starting against, let's be honest, and on the fucking ropes, Man United, and they missed 5 fucking key chances in the first half to go 5-0 up by half time. What sort of plan is that? And he's got the fucking cheek to watch it and go, yeah, it worked. I thought, fuck off, you dick.
So, it's genius, mate. It's stuff we don't understand as football fans, mate. It must be.
No, he must think we're fools. Like, yeah, because look, we won 2-1. I said, yeah. Dallo hit a fucking. I don't know what the fuck Dallo was doing, by the way.
Mate, that's the worst miss. That was worse than Steve Stone's miss.
Do you know what? Steve Stone, second now. That was the worst miss I ever saw.
Yep.
And I saw that one, the Dallo one, in person, mate. I'm putting that top.
Yep, thank you, because I am. We've had to knock Stone off that perch for a long time, mate.
Stone's was the worst miss I ever saw up to Sunday.
It was horrific. It was. But you got 3 points, mate. You're chugging away nicely. Well, nicely. Yeah. It's like, I don't think you found gear yet for me. I'm hoping, obviously, you don't find it on Saturday. But what have you made? Go on.
I did say this, though, right? I'm going to say, my cat's here. Look, what the fuck? What I did say is I expected this, Wolfie. I mean, you could go back to any of my pre-season content. I expected this.
Yeah.
But I did say give him 10 games. I still do not think he's convincing me. But I do think there will be a part of this season where it starts clicking. And I said, don't expect a fast start. I think we'll struggle at the start because we had a list of games. You know, Chelsea are flying at the minute. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're a big side. They're playing well. You know what I mean? Man City as well. Mate. No, they didn't beat you. No, that's right. Yeah, but you're playing well. But this is what I'm saying. We're coming into Forest at probably the worst time we ever when we've been back in the Premier League. Best form that I've ever seen. Yep. I like your manager. I thought we should have gone for the manager. I liked him when he was at Wolves. In fact, I thought he was a brilliant manager. Listen, fucking, what's his name? Could have won in that. Pep. He could have gone in at Tottenham and fucking walked out and go, no one's going to win these kinds of trophies. So, sorry, excuse my language. But, you know what I mean? So, do not, I'll never blame it. When he was available, I thought he was a good manager. He's got a good game plan, plays good football. I saw him last season and he was just settling in now. And I said, when we played you, I thought you played us off the park last year. I thought you was brilliant. Getting the best out of some players that he brought in, the likes of Alanga. I love the fucking centre half, Murillo. I love Danilo. You know what I mean? Got some really, really solid players there. I like Chris Wood, as you know. I think he's building a good side. I think it's I think he'll do well. I think he'll really do well. And I think he's a manager that was slept on a little bit.
Yeah, I think we got lucky that he had that Spurs stint and it almost brought his stock down a little. Do you know what I mean?
I could have seen him being the Portugal manager, mate. The Brazil manager, maybe.
Yeah.
Honestly, from his stint at Wolves, I could have.
And it's interesting what you say, because when I speak to my Wolves mates, they always talk about Nuno lovingly, and they do not like Lopetegui. One of my YouTube mates calls him a snake. He goes in there and he's basically a bit of a demon behind the scenes and what have you. So yeah, he'll give you content, mate.
He's joined the club, and there's a lot of people saying to me that this screams Pellegrini all over again. That big name, Real Madrid manager, fucking Spain manager, blah blah blah, done well with Wolves and all that. So it screams Lopetegui, screams Pellegrini. And I can see where they're coming from. I just hope they're wrong, because fucking Pellegrini was, my God.
Wait, will that mean you have to go back to Moyes if this does the Pellegrini then?
No more of that. No more of that. I've had enough of that. You know, I've had this argument over and over and over again with.
I bet you have, mate.
With West Ham fans. Be careful what you wish for. I said, listen, we could have Mr. fucking Blobby in charge. Yeah, managing the team. We could be bottom of the table. Whatever you think, Moyes isn't the fucking answer.
Yeah,
it was going to be worse under Moyes. I know it's all, but I see the state of the squad, and listen, he's bought some good players. I said, we could have fucking Mr. Bean in charge. I wouldn't go back to David Moyes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we have to look on. If Lopetegui isn't the answer,
get someone else.
Just don't go back to Moyes. Just don't go back to Moyes.
Exactly. So looking ahead Saturday, mate, how you feeling about this one? Because when you were right, when we met you last time, I think you even called 2-0 to us.
Yeah,
you were in a bad way there, mate, with Moyes and everything. How you feeling about this one? A little more confident, or are you worried about our form?
No, do you know what? If somebody told me now, take away the draw, I'll take it. Listen, we've got vulnerabilities, and you know, as I said before, we've just played Man United. We could have been 5-0 down. Like you know, coulda, woulda, coulda, and all that sort of, you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, if wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean and all that sort of thing. So it's all relative and all that sort of thing. But Man United are shit. They're fucking dog shit. They are absolute awful team. The manager's pulled them into the ground. He's gone now. I'm just glad that didn't happen last week. Don't be.
You ruined it for all of us, mate. You had to score that.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
But, so you take a draw right now, Nicky? You take a draw if I offered it to you?
I'll take it. I'll rip your hand off. Yeah.
What do you think will happen though?
I think we'll lose.
You're usually right on these predictions. That's why I'm trying to get it out.
Yeah, I think we'll lose. Yeah, I do. Wolfie, I'm an honest guy, man. I don't big up West Ham. Listen, when they're good, they're good. When they're bad, and I'll fucking say as it is. You know what I mean? I've got grey in my beard. That's how long I've been about, so I've seen plenty of it. You know what I mean? I'll say it as I see it, and I'm just not convinced. Listen, I want to be proven wrong, and this you know, this is what a lot of people that watch my channel and you know, they'll sit there slagging me off about it, saying, you know, what's the problem? You know, why are you so negative and all that? I want him to prove me wrong.
Exactly.
I want him to prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, we're winning. So, but
exactly,
that's just the way I see it. That's just the way I see it. It's a tough place to go. It's our first trip out of London this year.
Seriously?
Yeah. We haven't had an away game out of London. The only one we had was Liverpool, and that was in the cup. But we haven't left London.
You got tonked that night as well, didn't you? What was it, 5-0 or something?
5-1.
Oh, sorry,
5-1.
Well, it's interesting when you look at the recent head-to-head record. I know history is longer than that, but you've won every game at keep calling it Upton Park at London Stadium, and
you can call it that, mate. Bring back some nice memories for me.
Instead of the toilet bowl, as everyone calls it now. And we beat you every time at the City ground. So if it goes on form, you know, I'm just worried Forest do a Forest, mate. So I don't know how I feel about this one. We should win, but we got a few injuries. Just one final question. Do you know who's out yet, mate? So you got Kudus out suspended. You got any other injury worries?
Suspended. Fulkrug. But apart from that, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't heard anything. Yeah. About yourself?
We've got potentially Morgan Gibbs-White, but I think he's back. We've got Danilo. He's out long term.
Is he?
Sangare's, yeah, he broke his ankle on the first day of the season.
Of course he did. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah,
so he's been out since then. We got Sangare, who pulled his hamstring a couple of weeks after that, and he's still out. Obviously, Ward-Prowse can't play. Ward-Prowse can't play, and Jota Silva there's a knock, and there's talks that Chris Wood has a knock as well. So,
please, that'd be a fucking blessing in disguise. If I get to the fucking City ground on Saturday and there's no fucking Chris Wood in front of me, I'll be more than pleased.
I think he will be okay. I don't know. Nuno was being a bit cagey in his presser today.
He's one of them old school players, mate. There was Stuart Pearce. We both know Stuart Pearce. Both love Stuart Pearce.
What
obviously a legend at your club. He came to our club, and I've always been a player at Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Got a 96 shirt up there, right? And Stuart Pearce came to us, and Stuart Pearce is as honest as the day is long, yeah. And he put in a tackle. I remember him. He was playing. Who was we playing? We was playing Tottenham. I think we was playing Tottenham. He goes in. Him and Ian Pearce crash, right? Bosh, broke his leg in half. Yeah. This is like third, fourth game of the season. They take him in to the fucking physio room, right? Lays him down. Let's take your boot off. Takes his boot off. His leg swells up. He looks at his leg. He goes, Stuart, that's fucking broke clean in half. He goes, oh, all right then. All right. It was the end of the first half because this was half time, right?
Yeah.
He gets up and puts his boot back on. He goes, where you going? He goes, second half.
That's our boy.
That's old school. That's old school. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the second half. Harry said to him, "Now I think you're going to be out for a while, mate." Put his boot back on and went out to go out for the second half.
He just lives and breathes it, doesn't he? He really does. Yeah.
And, do you know what? I've seen a lot of Stuart as well. Stuart used to be our assistant manager under Moyes for a long while. You see him we used to see him every match day. He used to come out. He used to leave the players' tunnel. Didn't go back on the coach. He'd always walk out the ground, especially the London grounds. He'd walk past us with his wife. And they'd go out for dinner or something. Fucking gentleman, that guy. Fucking absolute diamond. Yeah, loved him.
Bucket list for me, mate. I got to do an evening with him, hosting a live audience.
Mate, do you know what? I'm going to tell you this now, yeah? I'll tell you this now. I know a couple of people that know a couple of people. We just had Kevin Nolan. If anyone's going to know him, Kevin will know him. I'll give Kevin a text and I'll sort it out for you.
No, I've done it, mate. I've done it.
Oh, you've done it?
Yeah. It was the greatest night of my life.
Oh, sorry, mate. I thought you said you wanted to. Sorry.
No, yeah. No, but I appreciate that, Nicky. That's, mate, that's gone right there to the heart, right there, mate.
Pure Van Hooydonk's number. And if you want to...
We need to talk. Yes. Yes. My boy Hooydonk. There's a story and a half there.
You really like him? That was a joke. I thought you were
honestly, he's divisive in the fan base. But as a kid growing up, watching him bang those goals in, those free kicks basically were penalties.
He was good, wasn't he?
What
the strike fucked him. The strike, and then he went to Celtic, didn't he? But we wanted him as well before.
It came from Celtic.
I came from Celtic, yeah.
Yeah.
When did he go after you?
Bagged him in with Kevin Campbell. Then we sold Campbell, and he went on strike because we sold Campbell as we got promoted with a good team, mate.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
And then Jeff Thomas had a couple of words with him. Remember him?
Scott Gemmell was having a go at him. I remember that. But but fucking listen, I'll try and dig it out, mate. I know a load of old players.
Mate, I'll owe you a big one of that. Do you not want to see Van Hooydonk on here? We'll talk about everything. Yeah. Listen, mate, it's been a pleasure. We can chat all night. And I know you're sick, and I don't want to keep you too long, mate. Yeah, man flu and all that. But it's been a pleasure.
I'm bad.
We'll be doing some stuff over on West Ham Fan TV. The link will be in the video as always. So go show Nicky some love. You guys already know Jason, Lawless, and Nicky from last time as well. Make sure you subscribe over on their channel. Nicky, it's been a pleasure, mate. And come on, you Reds. Don't give me that iron stuff, mate.